if you have the old, that is nature and significance of management. Today we are going to do this chapter. And if you are having the old book, kindly do go through those concepts which may have been deleted, because the revised or the rationalized edition is available right now. It is there on your web also, so you can go through that also. Class 12, before I start the session, let me tell you one thing, that whenever you are having any chapter, kindly also go through these uh, case studies, which will be part of your questions also. For example, this is about Tata Group, and because the chapter is dealing with nature and significance of management, तो इसके अंदर वो जो nature and significance है उसको पूरा डाला गया है. And you may be given this entire case study, and you may be asked about the question which tells that what is the process through which the company has achieved its goal. मतलब इसका जो क्वेश्चन आपके आ सकता है वो ये है कि what is that process through which Tata was able to achieve its goal. So let us start with the example. Founded in 1868, Jamshedji Nusarwanji Tata, that is the owner, the real founder. The Tata Group is a global business conglomerate. Operating means it is having number of, we are not above, we don't need to understand all these. We need to understand the goals, the objectives, and the process which may come as a question in your exam. His strong sense of values and spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship are a legacy that continues to guide Tata companies till date. He had 4 goals: setting up an company, world-class learning institution, a unique hotel, and a hydroelectric plant. Only the hotel became the reality during his lifetime, क्योंकि उस वक्त ताज, आपका जो होटल ताज है वो स्टार्ट हुआ था. बाकी चीजें जो है बाद में हुई थी. He believed, अब ये आपके पेपर में आ सकता है कि इस कोटे, मतलब इस कोट का, इस लाइन का मीनिंग क्या है. Satisfied workers create satisfied workers. And in lieu to this principle, he paid all his workers gratuity, provident fund well before it was made mandatory. और ये बिल्कुल सही है. आज मतलब की कंपनीज के अंदर ये सब जरूरी है, बट टाटा ग्रुप में पहले से ही था. His management skills were clearly evident when minute details were chalked in planning and building the entire city of Jamshedpur. The values and principles that have governed the business for a century are enshrined in the Tata Code of Conduct. From an early foray into steel and automobiles to staying abreast of latest technology, the Tata Group today has 29 publicly listed Tata Enterprise, which includes steel, motors, etc. The group has a combined market. So, ये जो second paragraph है, the third paragraph है, that tells about the expansion. अगर आपको पता हो कि हमारे आप याद हो तो वी हैड द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, देन द सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड पर्सनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. तो जो पहला था, he believed that satisfied workers created satisfied workers, so he paid workers. तो ये आपका पर्सनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स था. जो सेकंड है आपका वो है ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल, बिकॉज दैट इज एमिंग ऑन survival, profit and growth. And the third one is, जो अब हम पढ़ेंगे, Tata has a strong sense of social responsibility, यानी कि third is social objectives. They balance economic prosperity, environmental responsibility and social benefits for the community. In India, they are a partner in progress with Odisha, believing in taking its stakeholder forward in their growth. Tata Steel Thailand is one of the first 30 companies that joined UNICEF in child-friendly business. The Children's Sustainability Forum to make a commitment in protecting child's rights. Tata Steel's Europe Community Partnership Program, Future Generation, with sub themes of education, environment, health, well-being, works across the UK, assisting job and wealth creation by supporting small and medium business with finance and, यानी कि जो पहला था वो आपका था वर्कर्स वाला पर्सनल गोल्स, सेकेंड वाला आपका जो था वो था इकोनॉमिक गोल्स, एंड द थर्ड विच वी हैव स्टडीड इज द सोशल गोल्स, राइट, सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. They also play a constructive role in addressing climate change, both by reducing carbon footprint and by creating high performance steels that led to fuel efficient vehicles and energy efficient buildings. यानी कि ये सब कुछ आपका सोशल में आ गया. Shaped by a lineage of sound and straightforward business principles, the Tata Group is built on a foundation of trust and transparency. Building such a huge enterprises, sustaining and running them profitably are possible only through effective and efficient management and coordination. So the above passage is talking about a good management. फर्स्ट जो लास्ट लाइन है वो बता रहा है मैनेजमेंट एज वेल एज कोऑर्डिनेशन, और जो गोल्स इसमें बता रखे हैं वो हमारे थे, और सॉरी पहला वाला था पर्सनल गोल, सेकंड वन वाज द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल्स एंड थर्ड वन वाज द सोशल गोल्स, गोल्स और ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, right? So if this question comes in your paper, is this in this particular case comes in your question, then you need to understand it and answer it likewise. The above case is an example of a successful organization which is among the top companies in India. And why it has risen to the top because of its quality of management. So what it says is management is required in all kinds of organization, those manufacturing handlooms, trading in consumers, providing hairstyling service, non-business, यानी कि सब जगहों पर क्या बोलता है ये? This says management is pervasive. This says it is pervasive because it is required in all the organization. Now the second example is Smita Rai is 38, ये वाला पेपर में आया भी हुआ ये same question. Is a 38-year-old entrepreneur who grew up in a rural district called Namchi, South Sikkim. She was very good in art and craft. Wax mold, she loved to make candles. Often she make into toys and small pieces of art with wax and use it to give for her friends and relatives. She was loved and appreciated for these. Smita was never happy with the conditions of the women in her district, as most were poor and jobless. So she planned to do something to solve their problems because she knew that imparting skills for livelihood is needed, but she had no idea how to implement. ये पूरा क्वेश्चन ही आया हुआ है. In August, she met Abhishek Lama, the branch manager of NEDFI Namchi branch, a financial corporation, which support local people with skills development program and also channelize them into revenue generating activity. Smita got interested. I love making candles, and why not convert my hobby into a venture and involve these rural women also? This led to the establishment of Namchi Designer Candles with the help of NEDFI and support from different stakeholders in various dimensions. Since then, the women have never looked back despite challenges. The women also faced a lot of harassment, but they could overcome all these. This has 100% women as employees, and they produce varieties of candle. During Diwali, they produce customized candle. These Diwali themed candle has been success in Sikkim as its demand increases on yearly basis. It has been receiving numerous awards such as Northeast Women Entrepreneur, then Srimanta Shankar Mission, a typical day in Smita's life. अब यहाँ से आपका पेपर में आ रहा है, स्टार्ट हो रहा है क्वेश्चन, मतलब यहाँ तक तो था केस, अब हमारा है क्वेश्चन. A typical day in Smita's life consists of a series of interrelated and continuous functions. She has to plan a festive collection. This means organizing more funds, recruiting more workers. पहला है planning, second is organizing, staffing. She also has to regularly communicate with her suppliers so that the deal deadlines regarding the delivery of the goods are met. She meets number of customers for general feedback and any suggestion. So, Smita is the principal managing your school. She's just like that because she is managing Namchi designer. स्कूल में क्या होता है? ऑल द स्कूल प्रिंसिपल मैनेज स्कूल्स, हॉस्पिटल, शॉप्स, लार्ज कॉर्पोरेशंस, कहीं पर भी हो, no matter what the organization, they all must have something that is management and manager. You have observed Smita works as a manager. यहाँ पर she is not a manager as a paid, means she is managing. Consist of a series of different activities or functions, यानी कि planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, and all of them aim at achieving the goals of the organization. These interconnected and interdependent functions are parts of management. So unless and until successful organizations do not achieve their goals by chance, by following a deliberate process called management. ये आपके पेपर में क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है, द सेम क्वेश्चन, मतलब पूरा का पूरा उठा के इसमें से एक दो सेंटेंस ही उन्होंने कम किया था. दिस वाज अ वेरी लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन और इसके अंदर से सारे के सारे आपके जो फंक्शंस हैं, प्लानिंग, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, इसको डिफाइन करने के लिए. सो व्हाट इज मैनेजमेंट मीन्स? अब हमने टाटा का भी पढ़ा, स्मिता का भी पढ़ा. मीन्स जो कंपनी को चलाता है, जो कंपनी में काम करता है, ऑल ऑफ देम हैव टू डू सर्टेन फंक्शंस. और जब तक वो फंक्शन, वो प्रोसेस नहीं होता, आपका जो काम है, आपका जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, वो मैनेज नहीं होता. इट इज एसेंशियल फॉर ऑल द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इसमें आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है, आइडेंटिफाई द फीचर इन द अबाउ लाइन्स. इसमें आपसे पूछा जा सकता है कि आइडेंटिफाई द फीचर, ये कौन सा फीचर है? तो इट इज pervasive because management is required in all the organization, whether it is big, small, profit, non-for-profit, service, manufacturing, सबको करना पड़ता है क्योंकि वहीं से आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव जो है इट कैन. It consists of series of interrelated functions, यानी कि आपका planning, organizing, they are there. Managers, later in the chapter you will understand the time spent by managers in different function is different. The top level managers spend more time in planning and organizing than the rest. तो मैनेजमेंट का मतलब क्या हो गया? To get the things done. It is a process. It is a process of designing and maintaining, यानी कि दूसरों से हमें काम भी करवाना है, उसके लिए हमें खुद भी काम करना है. It is a very popular term and has been used extensively for different. हम लोग घर में भी यूज करते हैं भाई, प्रॉपर मैनेजमेंट नहीं है इनका. We use this, as you have seen from the above example and case study, that management is an activity which is necessary wherever there is a group of people working in an organization. They are performing diverse tasks. लेकिन सबका गोल क्या होता है? जो वर्कर एक कंपनी में काम कर रहा है उसका भी गोल यही है, जो मिडिल लेवल में मैनेजर है उसका भी गोल वही है, एंड इफ अ पर्सन इज एट द टॉप लेवल उसका भी गोल यही है, यानी कि द कॉमन ऑब्जेक्टिव अ गोल. Thus management has to see The tasks are completed and goals are achieved. Effectiveness with least amount of resources at minimum cost, यानी कि efficiency. आपके पेपर का ये जो है effectiveness versus efficiency जो है, this is one of the most important as well as one of the repeated one which you can expect in the first few exams positively. What is the difference between effectiveness and efficiency? Time से काम खत्म होना effective and with minimum resource खत्म होना efficiency. Management, therefore, is a process of getting things done with the aim of achieving goals effectively and efficiently. Process means there are number of activities, planning, organizing, staffing, directing. इनको हमने एक एक करके करना है. Being effective or doing work means basically finishing the given task. आपको मैंने एक होमवर्क दिया. अभी क्या है कि right now we are having our CUET का हम लोगों का जो है we are having the classes right now. So definitely we have a process of getting them help in clearing that exam. तो हम क्या करते हैं, मतलब right now what I do is I give them the task and I just tell them that you can finish when you feel you are free. Because right now my focus is that they understand the concept. तो शुरू में तो हमारा होता है just effective होना चाहिए. Then जो second step, that is tomorrow they have an exam, they have a test. So that is time bound with the minimum. यानी कि they need to understand also and they have to finish it on time also. तो काम को खत्म कर देना इट इज इफेक्टिव. अगर आपको बोला गया कि इतना आपको मैन्युफैक्चर करना है, आपने मैन्युफैक्चर कर दिया है, बट आपको बोला गया कि द कॉस्ट शुड बी लेस. यू हैव ऑलरेडी फिक्स द कॉस्ट बट द वर्कर्स और द मैनेजर्स हैव एक्सीडेड द कॉस्ट. या फिर आपने वर्कर्स दिए थे उनको, आपने कहा था 10 वर्कर्स के साथ आपको काम करना है, लेकिन वो 10 वर्कर से काम नहीं हुआ. दे हैड टू एक्सीड एंड उन्होंने 15 वर्कर ले लिए. So when the resources are exceeded, that means inefficiency. Effectiveness in management is concerned with doing the right task, completing it. In other words, it is end result. ये जो words है ना बच्चे, kindly, मतलब कि understand because these will be your MCQs. But it is not enough to just complete the task. There is one more thing, efficiency. Doing the task correctly and with minimum cost. It deals with, there is a kind of cost benefit analysis involved in the relation between inputs and outputs. मतलब चाहे वो आपका human resource हो, चाहे वो आपका money resource हो, everything. Efficiency is also increased when the same benefits or output, fewer resources are used and less costs are incurred. That means money, material, equipment, persons required to do a particular job. Obviously, management is concerned with efficiency growth क्योंकि cost अगर आपका ज्यादा होगा तो ultimately आपका profit कम हो जाएगा. This is what I said कि this is one of the question which has come in the paper directly. Normally हम लोग क्या करते हैं, NCERT को भूल जाते हैं, but इसी के अंदर से questions बनते हैं आपके. So this is the one. They are the two sides of same coin.
Excuse me, ma'am.
For example, a company's target is 5,000 units in a year. This is the target they have fixed. To achieve this, the manager has to operate on double shift due to power failure most of the time. The manager is able to produce 5,000, but the production cost that was high. In this case, the manager was effective but not so efficient क्योंकि उसने labor cost, electricity cost को ज़्यादा use किया. So this question comes, so this is the answer. So if this question comes, this question can be same आया हुआ है. If you look into the board's paper, you will find the same question, and the same question has come with some names also. But the answer is the manager was not efficient. At times, a business may concentrate more on producing goods with fewer cost, cutting the resource cost, but not achieving the target production. भाई आपने एफिशिएंसी तो दिखा दी लेकिन इफेक्टिव नहीं थे. आपका माल जो है, आपके जो गुड्स हैं, दे डिड नॉट रीच द मार्केट ऑन टाइम. देन व्हाट विल हैपन? डेफिनेटली बेटा, आज जिस हम मार्केट में रह रहे हैं, इस मार्केट को हम कंज्यूमर मार्केट भी बोलते हैं, मार्केटिंग मार्केट भी बोलते हैं, कॉम्पिटिटिव वर्ल्ड भी बोलते हैं. मेरा नुकसान दूसरे का फायदा. दैट्स अ सिंपल फंडा. Today it is a simple funda. If I'm not taking up the opportunity, then it is going to someone else. एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल है. You go to the market. ठीक है? You have gone to the market and there you wanted to buy a mobile. Okay? You went to your famous shop. आपका बहुत मतलब कि known to shop था. आप वहां पे पहुंचे और आपने जो भी आपको मोबाइल खरीदना था आपने उससे पूछा. Now the mobile shopkeeper said, I'm not having this mobile at this moment and it may not be available for the coming week. आपको तो मोबाइल खरीदना है, अब आप क्या करेंगे? Will you wait for a week? No. You will go to another shop and simply buy. यानी कि उस शॉपकीपर का नुकसान दूसरे को फायदा हो गया. This means if the goods are not reaching the market on time, then what will happen? उस कंपनी का नुकसान है. So it is very important that effectiveness and efficiency दोनों जो है वो साथ में जाने चाहिए. If the goods are not reaching on time, then effectiveness नहीं है. That is why it is two sides of a coin. Therefore, it is important for the management to achieve the goals with minimum resource as efficiency as possible while maintaining a balance between effectiveness and efficiency. Normally आज की डेट पर efficiency को बहुत ज्यादा वो दिया जाता है. Every company wants कि आप 1 रुपया खर्च करो और उनको 1 करोड़ रुपीस का प्रॉफिट करो. And this is in all the areas. It is not like we are talking about the companies. It is for everyone. Now, what are the characteristics of management? We have already done all these. So, first, it's goal oriented. जितना भी आप काम कर रहे हो, जितने functions आप कर रहे हो, these are all because we have set a basic goal. Goals will be different for managers. Goals will be different for organizations. Goals will be different for year. इस साल मेरा गोल कुछ और है, अगले साल कुछ और होगा. The goals will not be. It is a continuous process, and every company, every organization has its own goal. They should be simple and clear. मतलब आप चाहे उसको क्वांटिटेटिव में कहते हो या क्वालिटेटिव में, क्लियर होना चाहिए. For example, the goal of a retail store may be to increase sale, but for spastic society, it may be to impart education to children with special needs. And a good management unites the efforts of different individuals of the organization to achieve that goal. जो भी हमारा गोल है. मैनेजमेंट इज ऑल परवेसिव. ये मैंने आपको 2 या 3 बार बता दिया है. इट इज इन्वॉल्व्ड इन मैनेजिंग द एंटरप्राइज आर कॉमन टू ऑल. अ पेट्रोल पंप नीड्स, ये पेपर में आपका सेम आया हुआ है. एंड यू हैव बीन आस्क्ड, जो ऊपर था वो भी आया हुआ है, ये भी आया हुआ है. देयर आर डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ क्वेश्चन एंड यू हैव बीन आस्क्ड आइडेंटिफाई द नेचर ऑफ identify the characteristics of management as stated here. A petrol pump needs to be managed as a hospital or school. What managers do in India, the US, Germany or Japan is the same. हाँ, करने का तरीका अलग होता है. Culture, tradition, history, language, but करेंगे सभी. This is a 3-marker question. Separately it comes. Management is a multi-dimensional. अगर बाय चांस एक क्वेश्चन आ जाता है तो आप एक ऐसी फोटो बनाओगे. आई थिंक इट वाज आल्सो मेड पहले. वर्क, people and operations. मीन्स मैनेज किसको कर रहे हैं. अभी मैंने आपको बार बार आई हैव बीन टेलिंग यू दैट वी हैव सर्टेन फंक्शंस, प्लानिंग, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग. तो ये जो प्लानिंग, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, स्टाफिंग, डायरेक्टिंग है, दे आर रिलेटेड टू सम एलिमेंट. लाइक प्लानिंग एंड ऑर्गेनाइजिंग हमारा काम को रिलेट कर रहा है. पीपल यानी कि स्टाफिंग एंड डायरेक्टिंग. देन ऑपरेशंस अगेन इज all organization exists to perform some work. In a factory, a product is manufactured. In a garment store, a customer's need is satisfied. In a hospital, a patient is treated. यानी कि इस काम को करना. This is done in terms of problems to be solved, decisions to be made. As I said, planning and organizing हमारा जो है वो work को बोलता है. Budgets to be prepared, responsibilities to be assigned and authority to be delegated. ये हमारा planning and organizing है. ये जो है, this is what we call as planning and organizing. When you are doing the chapter, then you would be better able to understand this. Means these chapters. Planning of people. You are dealing with machines, but you are also dealing with people. तो उनको कैसे हमें संभालना है. Human resources or people are an organization's greatest asset. Despite all developments in technology, getting work done through people is still a major task for manager. Managing people has 2 dimensions. Means भाई हमारे पास में अलग अलग तरीके के लोग आते हैं. Pranjal may be having the goal of getting something else. Aryan may be having something else. In some companies, people come to work because they want to earn. But in some companies, people work because they want to explore, learn करके खुद को नया बनाते हैं. There are people जो पहले काम करते हैं फिर अपने लिए एस्टैब्लिश करते हैं. तो जो नीड्स होती हैं इन दोनों की वो अलग होती है. जो सिर्फ पैसे के लिए काम करता है उसको तो हर तरीके से पैसा ही चाहिए होता है. जो दूसरा इंसान है उसे ट्रेनिंग भी चाहिए, उसे डेवलपमेंट भी चाहिए. तो आप दोनों को डील कर रहे हो. The person who is aiming only in money and the person who is aiming in other arenas. It implies dealing with employees as individuals with diverse needs. It also means dealing with individuals as a group of people. भाई आपको तो पूरे कंपनी को मैनेज करना है, तो आपको उन्हें जो है अपनी कंपनी को उनका स्ट्रेंथ बनाना है, जिससे कि वो आपकी कंपनी में काम भी करे, इफेक्टिवली भी करे, एफिशिएंटली भी करे और आपको फायदा मिले. और उसके लिए यू नीड टू प्लान, फॉर्मुलेट द पॉलिसीज इन सच अ मैनर कि दे आर आल्सो हैप्पी. मैनेजमेंट ऑफ ऑपरेशंस. पहला था हमारा मैनेजमेंट ऑफ वर्क. Management of operation means some basic product or service to provide in order to survive. यानी कि आपका control. This requires a production process which entails मतलब which follows the flow of input material, the technology for transformation and the desired results. उस पर भी आपको ध्यान करना. मीन्स यू नीड टू लुक आफ्टर द कंट्रोलिंग ऑल्सो. तो ये जो 5 हमारे मतलब की फंक्शंस हैं, प्लानिंग, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, स्टाफिंग, डायरेक्टिंग एंड कंट्रोलिंग. दिस वी कैन से प्लानिंग एंड ऑर्गेनाइजिंग इज वर्क. then आपका people is staffing and directing, whereas the last one is controlling the process. It's a continuous process. Means आपके जितने भी functions हैं ये चलते रहते हैं. They are done by each managers. Like last year some objective was there, this year some objective is there, next year there might be something else. The process of management is a series of continuous, composite, but also separate. They are simultaneously performed by all the managers. Like we had looked at the functions of Smita. Some days she spent in planning, some days in another. मतलब अलग-अलग तरीके से चलता ही रहता है. Something goes on. It's a group activity. No single person can say I have object. हम अगर अपना भी करते हैं ना, तो that is actually related to the objectives of the company. An organization is a collection of diverse individuals with different needs. Every member has a different purpose for joining the organization. जो अभी मैंने आपको बताया, किसी का नीड होता है पैसा, किसी का नीड होता है डेवलपमेंट. There are many people who join companies so that they get the experience and the development, and later on they use it. As members of the organization, they work towards fulfilling the common goal. This requires teamwork, coordination. अब आप चाहे किसी भी पर्पस से कंपनी में काम करते हो, लेकिन आपको काम तो कंपनी के लिए ही करना है ना, आपको मिलजुल के ही करना है. You cannot say that I have achieved. So management should enable all its members to grow and develop as needs and opportunities change. It's a dynamic. Dynamic का मतलब होता है which can adapt to the changing situation. I gave you the example of demon. I gave you the example of this COVID. जो organization is able to scan the environment, it is a dynamic environment because it can adapt. कुछ भी change होगा, positive, negative, वो opportunity को seek कर सकता है. Management is a dynamic function and has to adapt itself to the changing environment. An organization interacts with its external environment, which consists of social, economic, and political. ये आप लोग third chapter में पढ़ोगे. In order to be successful, the organization must change itself and its goal. You probably know McDonald's, the fast food giant, made major. अब मैं इसका आपको मुझे नहीं पता है whether you know or not. I'll tell you. When in 1990s McDonald's हमारा आया, तो what happened is in India मतलब कि they bought beef, वो अपने साथ beef लेकर आए. Now India के अंदर people do eat मतलब कि non-veg, but beef को we don't consider इतना ज़्यादा. Basically it's not. तो when it came here, तो बहुत brick batting हुई. In fact, McDonald's had to close its operations here. अपना जो प्रोडक्ट मतलब कि अपना जो यहाँ पर काम था वो उन्होंने बंद कर दिया. This was because in India it was not acceptable. हम तो आलू की टिक्की की बर्गर खाते हैं भाई. Then what happened? They changed the thing. उन्होंने उसको completely change किया. उन्होंने पूरे मेनू के अंदर इंडिया का जो फूड मतलब की टेस्ट है वो ऐड किया, एंड दस आलू टिक्की बर्गर वाज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन मैकडोनाल्ड्स मेनू. दिस वाज नॉट देयर अर्लियर. और आप किसी भी और कंट्री में जाओगे, इफ यू गो टू फ्रांस, जापान और एनीवेयर, you will not find this aloo tikki burger. This aloo tikki burger is only in India. It is unique to India. And this was because उनको समझ आ गया था कि if they have to stay in this environment, then they have to change the menu. और अभी क्या है, मैकडोनाल्ड का जो मतलब कि एक उनकी पॉलिसी है, हर कंट्री के अकॉर्डिंग उनके मेनू है. If you Google, you will find out the menu of Pakistan is different from India. So this is how they have अच्छा management था तो change किया. Today McDonald's is a fast food मतलब कि एक growing chain है. It is intangible, means you cannot touch it. You can just feel it. और कैसे feel करोगे? When the people, employees, stakeholders, everyone is happy. जब उनका सामान टाइम से मिल रहा है, मतलब कि पीपल हु आर वर्किंग इन द कंपनी दे आर हैप्पी, एवरीथिंग इज इन ऑर्डर. दैट्स दिस इज these were the characteristics. Now let us come to the objectives. Objectives का मतलब होता है हर कंपनी अपना एक ऑब्जेक्टिव सेट करती. पहले in the earlier times what happened is management had a single objective, that is profit earning. I repeat, it is profit earning. अब प्रॉफिट तो आप कैसे भी कमा लोगे, बट इफ यू आर नॉट फुलफिलिंग द सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, if you are not fulfilling the objectives of the people who are working in your company, then the management and the company or the organization cannot run in the long term. It can face political trauma, it can face legal trauma, it can even close down. So what are the objectives? Management seeks to achieve certain objectives which are desired result of any activity. They must be derived from the basic purpose of business. In any organization, there are different objectives and management has to achieve all of them in effective and efficiency. और इनको हम क्लासिफाई करते हैं into organizational, social and individual या personal. ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल को हम इकोनॉमिक ऑब्जेक्टिव्स भी कहते हैं. And when it comes to organizational or economic, that means where they are earning revenue. And the revenue is used for survival, profit, and growth. That is called as organizational. आपके पेपर का एक बहुत important part है. Management is responsible for setting and achieving objectives for organization. It has to achieve a variety of objectives in all areas. जैसे आपके स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, यानी कि जिन्होंने पैसा लगाया है. स्टेक होल्डर्स मतलब जिनका उस कंपनी से कुछ लेना देना है. द शेयर होल्डर्स. अब शेयर होल्डर क्या चाहता है? अच्छा प्रॉफिट, अच्छी डिविडेंड. द एम्प्लॉइज, the customers, the government. So the main objective of any organization is to utilize the human and material resource to get the maximum possible advantage, to fulfill the economic objectives. And these are survive, profit, and growth. Management must strive to ensure the survival of organization. क्योंकि सर्वाइवल का मतलब क्या है? आप अपने कॉम्पिटिटर के साथ हो, आपको जो भी कॉस्ट है यू नीड टू कवर इट. प्रॉफिट इज द इंसेंटिव. इट हैज टू एंश्योर दैट द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मेक्स अ प्रॉफिट. इट प्रोवाइड्स वाइटल इंसेंटिव फॉर कंटिन्यूअस सक्सेसफुल ऑपरेशन एंड इट इज ऑल्सो important for covering the cost and risk. सिर्फ कमाना नहीं होता. सी मान लो आपने 1 लाख रुपए लगाया. से यू हैव पुट 1 लाख रुपीज इन द, ठीक है, इन द वेरी फर्स्ट मंथ आपको प्रॉफिट मिल गया 10,000 रुपीज. अब आपको क्या लग रहा है कि मेरे को तो प्रॉफिट मिल गया, मतलब आफ्टर रॉ मटेरियल्स का खर्चा वर्चा सब निकाल के आपको 10,000 मिल गया. दैट्स नॉट इनफ. दैट प्रॉफिट आपका जो 10,000 है, दैट शुड एंश्योर कि आपका जो है आपने कुछ रिटेन कर रखा है अपनी अर्निंग को. जरूरत पड़ने पे आप उस पैसे को निकाल सकते हो. एंड अगर आपको आगे उसको ग्रो करना है तो आप उसे यूज कर सकते हो. दैट शुड बी, इट इज नॉट जस्ट कि अपने घर 10,000 रुपए लेकर गए और मैंने अपने बच्चों पे खर्च कर दिया. इट्स, you need to also sustain it. That's profit. A business needs to add to its prospects in the long run. When I started, I told you the story of Dhirubhai Ambani, and I told that his vision was from pin to plane, Reliance should be there. That is growth. To remain in industry, the management must exploit fully the growth potential of the organization. It means increase in sales volume, increase. ये पेपर का क्वेश्चन है, दिस इज द क्वेश्चन ऑफ पेपर, कि ये किस ऑब्जेक्टिव को बता रहा है. The number of employees, the number of products, the number of capital. These are the indicators of growth. मतलब पहले सिर्फ पिन बनाया, आज हम प्लेन भी बना रहे हैं. दैट मीन्स देयर इज नंबर ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स. पहले मेरे कंपनी में 100 जने काम करते थे, आज 3,000 काम कर रहे हैं. यानी कि इंक्रीज इन द टर्नओवर, इंक्रीज इन द एम्प्लॉइज. एंड दिस इज बिकॉज मेरे पास मतलब कि आई एम अर्निंग प्रॉफिट, आई एम एबल टू अचीव द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल. अगर ये वाला वर्ड आपके पेपर में आ गया, ये पूरा ठीक है, तो आप लोगों को इसमें ग्रोथ भी लिखना है एंड ऑल्सो यू हैव टू राइट द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. यू नीड टू मेंशन कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव में ये वाला जो सेंटेंस है ये ग्रोथ को मेंशन कर रहा है. प्रॉफिट इज कवरिंग द रेवेन्यू. आपका जितने, सॉरी, प्रॉफिट इज रेवेन्यू टू कवर द कॉस्ट and to give the incentives to your stakeholders. Whereas growth is increase in number of product, number of people, उसको हम growth बोलते हैं. आपका जो स्कूल है ग्रीन वे, it was started, I don't know in the which year it was started, that I don't know, but it was there in Jilmil colony. And then they took a plot, they took a proper, place in Dilshad Garden. झिलमिल वाला आपका छोटा सा था, बट जो सचदेवा मैम थी, बिकॉज आई पर्सनली नो हर, मैं इनको पर्सनली जानती थी, मम्मा के साथ में आना जाना था उस वक्त की बात करूँ. एंड देन दे जो सचदेवा सर थे, मोहित सर थे, उन्होंने यहाँ पर स्टार्ट किया. टुडे देर आर नॉट ओनली ब्रांचेस बट द नंबर ऑफ क्लासेस, पहले कहा उनका, पहले प्राइमरी था, फिर मतलब की मिडिल था, आज इट इज सीनियर सेकेंडरी. इट्स ग्रोथ. So anything which is growing, number of employees, number of products, number of capital investment, that is called as growth. जो अभी हमने टाटा वाले में भी पढ़ा था. Second is social objectives. Opening the schools. अब याद रखना, ये अभी recently आया था ये क्वेश्चन पेपर, and the 12th standard students, they had written it as personal. Personal होता है वो जो उनको पहुंचता है, एंड स्कूल है, क्रेचेस है, दे आर फॉर द सोसाइटी. जैसे भी टाटा वाले में था कि उन्होंने जो है यूके में मतलब वो खोला हुआ है, यहाँ खोला हुआ है, सो दैट इज फॉर द सोसाइटी. इट इन्वॉल्व्स द क्रिएशन ऑफ बेनिफिट फॉर सोसाइटी. As a part of society, whether it is business or non-business, we have some social obligation to fulfill. This refers to consistently creating economic value for various constituents. जैसे हर कंपनी, they should try to use environmental friendly methods जहां हो सकता है. Giving employment opportunities, ये सारा आपके पेपर का keywords है. Working for the underprivileged sections, providing amenities like school, health care, ये सब कुछ. और आज CSR has become a very important content of all the book. ये है आपका, ये जो ई चौपाल लिखा है ना, ये हम लोग बाद में पढ़ेंगे. पर्सनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. As I told you, people come to your company to work for their हर एक को पहली चीज जो चाहिए होती है वो होती है अच्छी सैलरी। सैलरी के साथ उनको पीने का पानी, अच्छी एनवायरनमेंट, दीज आर ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट। प्लस टाइम टू टाइम उन लोगों को, उनको पर्सनली दैट रीचेस देम, दैट इज पर्सनल गोल। Organizations are made up of people who have different personalities, background, experience, objectives, and they all become the part of the organization for their diverse needs. They need competitive salaries, perks, social needs as peer recognition, higher need for personal growth and development, and the management has to reconcile personal goals with organizational objective for the harmony। मतलब आप ये नहीं सोच सकते हो कि भाई मुझे तो अपना कमाना है, और होता है छोटी कंपनीज है, छोटी छोटी जगहों पर क्या होता है, वो कहते हैं हमें तो अपना कमाना है भाई। वो हिंदी में एक वो कहावत है ना, घोड़ा अगर घास से दोस्ती करेगा तो वो खाएगा क्या, कमाएगा क्या। तो ऐसा हम नहीं कर सकते। We need to look after the people who are working for us, or else what will happen, people will leave your area and move away। आज अभी फिलहाल दिस क्वार्टर इज थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट चल रहा है, बट अगर इफ द कंपनी इज नॉट प्रोवाइडिंग विथ योर पर्सनल गोल्स, देन वो कहेंगे जाओ रखो अपने पास रखो। दिस इज एम्पावरिंग रूरल इंडिया, ये भी एक क्वेश्चन है, एंड दिस क्वेश्चन केम इन द एमसीक्यू। एमसीक्यू नहीं मींस इट केम इन द दिस केस स्टडी। अब तो केस स्टडी नहीं है, मैंने केस स्टडी 4 मार्कर वाला आता था पहले। एक तो केस स्टडी आएगा, वो जो लंबे लंबे केस स्टडीज हैं वो आएंगे। तो एक आता था आपका वो पैसेज वाला, पैसेज बेस्ड, दैट इज नॉट देयर बट इट केम इन दैट। A quiet digital revolution is reshaping the lives of farmers in remote Indian villages. They grow soya bean, wheat, coffee, and they have done thousands of years. A typical village has no reliable electricity and antiquated telephone lines. The farmers are largely illiterate and have never seen a computer. But farmers in these villages are conducting e-business, और ये है आपका which has been initiated by the group ITC. It's actually the tobacco group, but they are also doing the agro business and all. E-Chopal. Now, what is E-Chopal? It's an initiative of a business organization fulfilling CSR, corporate social responsibility। मैंने आपको बताया कि आज की डेट पर corporate social responsibility is very important। The basic aim is to provide farmers in rural India with opportunity of direct marketing। अब वहां पर तो ना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है और ना ही आपके जो है टेलीफोन लाइन है, फिर भी कैसे कर रहे हैं। It is the single largest information technology based intervention by a corporate entity, यानी कि ITC ने वहां सेटअप किया है, and they are the one who are envisaging that dream into reality। Each opal delivers real-time information and customized knowledge to improve the farmer's decision-making ability, thereby better aligning farm output to market demands। मतलब वो उनके बीच में they are becoming a bridge। What is the demand? What should be the supply? What should be like everything? Price discovery, productivity, quality improvement। Given the low levels of literacy in the rural sector, the role of Chopal Sanchalak, यानी कि जो lead farmer है, in facilitating physical interface between the computer terminal and farmers is a central point। Moreover, they are also having the smart card, जिससे वो अपने website से they are able to get the customized information। Online transactions are captured to reward farmers for volume and value of usage। The e-Chopal initiative has found its way into Harvard Business School as a leading case study, illustrating the use of modern technology by a leading business house for the benefit of rural farmers। This way, a single मतलब कि ITC, the मतलब कि गवर्नमेंट का है वो, it's an but they have taken this initiative. They are collaborating with the illiterate farmers, but at the same time, they are providing the technology. So you can't say technology is only confined to the people who know it, even those who are not. उनको भी समझाया जा रहा, उनको भी benefits दिए जा रहे. So this is how corporate मतलब the company, it is taking the social responsibility. So if we look into this, first is the organizational objective, that is the economic profit, survival, and growth. Second one is the personal objectives, yani ki the people who are working, who are there as your workers or their managers or employees, unke personal needs ko dhyan karna. And social is providing purposeful services to the society, giving back something to the environment, giving back something to the earth. So these are the three objectives of management, right? With this, we would be completing today's session. In the next session, we would be starting with importance of management.